What's good, YTBC? It's your boy Ropes. I wanted to come back and talk about Cotto versus Canelo on a more serious note with a clear head, because last night was a special night for me. Not only because I got to see two great fighters get in the ring and fight each other, it was also a celebration of another year of life for myself. My birthday was during the week. I turned 34 years old, and we planned on celebrating my birthday and watching the fight last night, and that's what happened. Now, when I got to the bar, my intentions were to watch the fight sober and then get drunk and talk to some woman after the fight, okay? But that all got fucked up, okay? It seems like right out the gate, drinks just started flying from every fucking direction at me. And the only thing I can tell you is that peer pressure, even as a grown-ass man, is real. That's all I can tell you, okay? But I got up this morning and I listened to that bullshit that I did last night, and I was a little embarrassed and kind of pissed off at some of the things that I said, okay? So I just want to clear it up. I thought about deleting the video, but I'm a real person and that was a real reaction. So for that reason, I'm going to leave it up, okay? And I wasn't completely wrong, but I was wrong. I was dead wrong about some other shit, okay? The fight didn't suck, okay? It was a great fight. I think that you got that drunk reaction for a completely different reason that had nothing to do with the fight itself, okay? And that reason, I believe, was Oscar De La Hoya, okay? Because Oscar De La Hoya, the entire buildup of the fight, wasn't focused on Cotto and Canelo. It seemed like everything he was saying when he was talking up there was about a fight that is long gone, man. People aren't even talking about that or thinking about that shit anymore. Oscar seems to be the only one, man. And I think that it's sad that he did that, man. And he continues to do this shit. It's like, let it go, Oscar. We don't want to hear about this shit anymore, man. You keep talking about the future and how you've moved on and how boxing is going to grow. Well, stop dwelling on the old shit then, and let's move forward. But Oscar can't seem to do that, man. You want to know why? Because he's not rehabilitated, man. The dude is still high, man. Look at his fucking eyes, okay? He's still high. He's unprofessional. And Cotto and Canelo were done wrong, man, in the buildup of this shit, man. They had to sit there and listen to this dude vent about his feelings about another fighter in a different fight that's gone. And Canelo, he needs to distance himself from Oscar De La Hoya. I know that he looks up to him. I know that Oscar has given him some great advice. I'm sure he has. Oscar De La Hoya has contributed a lot to the sport of boxing in the past, during his career and after. But right now, Oscar is on a downhill fucking slope right now, man. He's on a downhill slope. His whole world is falling apart, man. And it's going to end up affecting Canelo Alvarez. I don't think that Oscar De La Hoya cares enough about Canelo, man. I think that Oscar is more concerned about how much money Canelo is going to bring to him. That's what I believe, man. I really do believe that. I'm not saying that he doesn't care for him at all. But I'm just saying I don't think it's enough, man. I don't think it's where it should be. You shouldn't be worried about the money that your fighter is going to bring you. That shit is going to be there. Focus on your fighter and making sure your fighter is getting what he wants and what he deserves, man. Canelo deserves better than Oscar De La Hoya right now. If it was for Oscar De La Hoya, if it was up to him, we would have never seen Canelo versus Lara. Because Oscar even admitted, I didn't want him to fight Lara. I told him not to fight him. I was against it. Why? That only means that you don't believe in Canelo as much as Canelo believes in himself. That's bad for Canelo. It's like even right now, Oscar is doing the same thing. Talking about, I don't know if he's going to fight Triple G. What do you mean, man? Canelo wants to fight Triple G. Get the fuck out of the way, man. Let the kid spread his wings. He believes in himself. He believes in his abilities. He knows what he can do. If you can't, then you need to just shut up, man, and just make the fights happen. We don't know what he's telling Canelo Alvarez when he's one-on-one. I mean, look at the Laura situation. He's probably telling him, like, look, that's a bad style for you. You don't want that fight. You can't win that fight. We don't know what Oscar was telling him, man. That's bad for the confidence and the growth of Canelo Alvarez. He deserves better, man. I don't think he'll leave Golden Boy because, like I said, I think that Canelo Alvarez respects Oscar De La Hoya too much. But I would really love to see him get away, man, because I think that Oscar De La Hoya is making him look like he's afraid of certain situations when he's really not. I mean, I don't even know if this 155 or nothing thing that he told to Triple G, I don't even know if that's Canelo Alvarez doing that shit, man. You know, and to be honest with you, I don't believe that it's him doing it. And that reaction you got last night was because of that, man. Because Oscar De La Hoya kept saying, this is going to be the real fight of the century. This is the best fighting the best. This is not going to be a bore fest. This is going to live up to the hype. And then when it doesn't really live up to the hype, which I'm not saying that the fight sucked, because I was dead wrong by saying that. It was a good fight. It was a great performance by Canelo Alvarez. I was really impressed with him. I need to watch the fight again in peace and quiet and with a clear mind. So if anybody can send me a link or tell me where I can watch this fight again, because I didn't order it, obviously I was out. But Canelo Alvarez impressed me, man, and I see him improve every time he gets into that fucking ring. This kid has grown on me. You know, there was a time where I wasn't really sold on Canelo Alvarez, but I'm completely sold now, man. This kid continues to get better and better and better. He's only 25 years old. He has a long way to go, and he may not even be in his prime yet, man. He may not be as good as he's going to be yet. And he was able to put on a great performance like that on Cotto, a future Hall of Famer. Now, here's what I was right about in my rant last night, okay? Here's what I was right about. Miguel Cotto doing the bare minimum. Okay, I know Miguel Cotto very well, man. I've watched his fights over and over and over again. I've been following him for years. I know Miguel Cotto. He's been one of my favorite fighters. I know him. He was doing the bare minimum, man. He was just trying to get by last night. Nobody can tell me that that's what Miguel Cotto wasn't doing. Just trying to get by. And Freddie Roach, I mean, like I said, I got to watch it again because it was loud and stuff. But when I heard him talking, he was talking about, you know, double jabs and making Canelo chase him and all this type of shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? I expected Cotto to come in and dig to the body, work to the body, and work on the weakness that Canelo Alvarez has shown before in the past, which is his conditioning, his fatigue. It happens to Canelo. So I figured, hey, Cotto is one of the best body punchers in the game. That's what he's going to do. And I didn't see enough of that, man. I saw a bunch of jabs and wild ass left hooks, man, with an occasional right hand. I'm like, is his right hand glued to the side of his face? That's what I was wondering last night when I was watching the fight. Why isn't he throwing the shit enough? What's going on with the body shots? He was trying to get by, man, and I'm wondering if he ever thought he was really going to win this fight. That wasn't Miguel Cotto, man. Nobody can convince me that Miguel Cotto was really fucking trying to win that fight, man. Really just going for the gusto. He didn't do it, man. Then he walked out of the ring and didn't even say thank you to the fans. Thank you to Puerto Rico for supporting me. I'm sorry I did my best, but my best wasn't good enough. Something. He walked off like a diva, man. And the thing is, I've been a fan of Miguel Cotto, but he's been letting me down, man, for at least 2 or 3 years now. His attitude, I don't like it, man. I don't like who Miguel Cotto is right now. He's still a future Hall of Famer. I know that he doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. His resume is phenomenal. I get all of that. But that's all the more reason for him not to act like a diva. He doesn't have to do that. He could have just continued to be the Miguel Cotto that we grew to love back in the day. He could have continued to be that because he was taking the fights. He was in wars. He was fighting every fighter. He does have a good resume. So why do you have to act like a diva now, man? At the end of everything, it's the end of your career, for the most part. Very, very disappointed in Miguel Cotto, man. I really am disappointed in him. And Freddie Roach, man, needs to get the fuck out of here, man. This dude is failing all of his fucking fighters right now, and I think that he's correct in saying that he needs to retire, man. After this Pacquiao fight with whoever Pacquiao's gonna fight, Freddie Roach needs to go and sit down and rest, man. And just live out the rest of your days, man. Because from what I heard, he wasn't giving Cotto the right advice. The game plan was horrible, man. It's almost like he tried to get him to fight like a Mayweather or a Laura or a Trout, instead of just having Miguel Cotto be himself and press the action. He tried to make him box and move around and make Canelo come in and try to catch Canelo coming in and stuff like that. Listen, Cotto doesn't fight like that, man. That's not Miguel Cotto. So a lot of that had to do with him as well. My reaction last night had a lot to do with Miguel Cotto just doing the bare minimum. But I was pissed off at the video because I didn't give Canelo Alvarez the props that he deserved. And the fight, the props that it deserved, because it was a great fight and I'm glad that it happened. And hopefully we continue to see the best fighting the best, because that's what happened last night. So that's my thoughts on the fight. That's my thoughts on everything. Hopefully I cleared some stuff up. You know, like I say, I badly want to delete that video I did last night, but it was a real reaction, so I'm just going to leave it up. Fuck it, it is what it is. But you guys leave your comments and I'm out. Deuce.